everybody, welcome to another episode of Mrs. Alexander Superstar Baker. Firstly, I just want to say I've seen lots and lots of videos and photos of some amazing banana loaves and also some amazing cheese scones, so well done everybody, that's fantastic. Right, okay, before we start, myself and cameraman Ethan thought that sous chef Imi has been doing such amazing help over the last few weeks. We bought her a little present. Oh, oh my god!
Sous Chef Amy, the Superstar Baker! Thanks!
You're welcome. She's doing such a good job, so officially sous chef Imi.
Thank you.
Okay, do you want to swap your apron? Right, so while sous chef Imi is changing her apron, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing today. First of all, I don't know if anyone's noticed, and they can notice on sous chef Imi in a minute, but look, we've gone all hearts today, because today we are making Queen of Heart jam tarts. Brilliant. Right, okay, so what we need. So our ingredients are, you need 225 grams of plain flour. We need 100 grams of butter, a little tiny pinch of salt, and 2 to 3 tablespoons of water, because we are going to be making our pastry as well. Okay, now we thought we'd do Queen of Heart jam tarts. So we have got 6 teaspoons of strawberry jam, but you can use any jam, any flavour you like, but we've decided to use strawberry jam. So we are going to make, instead of making 12 Queen of Heart jam tarts, we are making, what's half of 12, sous chef Amy? 6. So we are doing 6 jam tarts, and we are going to do 6 lemon curd tarts. Okay, so we need 6 teaspoons of any flavoured jam and 6 teaspoons of lemon curd, but you could do 12 teaspoons. So basically a teaspoon goes in your tart case. Right, okay, first things first, we are going to make our own pastry today. Okay, so we need 225 grams of the plain flour. So mix it in there, sous chef. Oh, hang on, let's just check out the apron. Ta-da!
Thank you.
Awesome. Right, okay, pop your flour in. Brilliant, I'll take the bowl. Now we need to mix the butter in. Use your hands, scrape it in. We have washed our hands, by the way. Fantastic, well done. Right, now while sous chef Imi is going to knead all that together to make our dough, I'm going to preheat our oven to 180 degrees, gas mark 6. Okay, so we'll put the oven on. So we'll get that all warmed up. So 180 degrees, gas mark 6. So we'll just let that heat up. That's it, Imi. Give it a good, sous chef Imi, give it a good knead. Well done. Now while sous chef Imi is doing that, we need to add a little tiny bit of salt into our dough. Okay, so that's all you need, like a tiny little pinch of salt. So I'm going to put that in. Shoulder, lucky, isn't it? Mix it all together. Right, so it's a bit a bit breadcrumby now, so that's brilliant. So I'm going to add a little bit of water while sous chef Imi is still mixing. Okay, so we need to make it into a dough. So that's why we gradually add our water, because our dough is all forming together now, so we don't need to use any more water. So we're just going to put it out. You can wash your hands. So make sure we've got all of the bits out of the bowl. Make sure you use it all up.
You think so?
So then that is your pastry. Okay, that's your pastry dough. So we'll put that over there. Now, top tip of the day, Mrs. Alexander puts her pastry, once we've made it, I put it in the fridge for 20 minutes and it just allows it so the butter firms up a little bit and it's not so greasy. Okay, so we're going to get our cling film. Turn it off. And then we're just going to wrap our pastry up in the cling film. And then we are going to pop that in the fridge for 20 minutes. So we will see you in a bit. Right, 20 minutes is up. So we've got the pastry out of the fridge and sous chef Imi has just rolled it out, ready to put onto our baking tray. So you need a baking tray like this that's got little holes in it so we can make our jam tarts. Okay, so sous chef Imi, we're going to cut them out and pop them into the baking tray. Okay, so all of our jam and lemon curd have now gone into our cases. Now, what we're going to do, we've got a little bit of pastry left over, so we have got, and I need to do a little shout out here to Megan and Bobby and their mum for lending me this heart cutter because we didn't have a heart-shaped cutter, so they lent it to us. Okay, so thanks guys. So we've got a heart-shaped cutter and we're going to put some little hearts on top of our jam tarts, like Queen of Hearts jam tarts. But you don't have to use a heart. You can just leave them as they are, or if you've got a bit of pastry left over, you could put like your initial on, or you could do another sort of a shape. It's entirely up to you, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. So we'll just roll this out. Right, okay, so we've decided not to put a heart on every single one because we wanted some plain and some with a little heart on, okay? But that's your choice. Now, I also forgot to mention it in our ingredients. Miss Alexandra is just going to put, well, sous chef Imi is going to just put a little tiny bit of egg just on top of the pastry just to make it nice and shiny when we bake it, okay? So we need to, don't tip it, no, just a little bit, okay? So just paint the heart and a little bit on the pastry.
Eventually.
Right, so sous chef Imi has glazed all the jam tarts with the egg. It just makes them a little bit more shinier and they look quite nice. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to either. You can just put the jam in and then put them into the oven. Right, so our oven's at the right temperature. So sous chef Imi, do you want to bring them over? We're going to pop them in the oven for 15 minutes. Okay, so we will see you shortly.
A few minutes later.
Okay, welcome back. So 15 minutes is up. We have allowed some extra minutes. We've taken it out of the oven and we've allowed extra minutes for them to cool down. Okay, so there are jam tarts. All ready to try. Okay, sous chef Imi. Gonna try one? Oh, get in there, cameraman Ethan, straight away. Verdict?
They're alright.
They're all right? Just all right? Oh, thumbs up from cameraman Ethan. Excellent, good job you guys. Before we go, we have a couple of shout outs to do. So we just want to say a massive thank you. Miss Alexander now has some greaseproof paper. So thank you so much, Mrs. Backhouse. Mrs. Backhouse bought us some greaseproof paper, and Ryan and Lauren's mum, thank you so much. You also bought me some greaseproof paper, so we are sorted for future bakes. So thank you guys, much appreciated. Little fact of the day before we go: jam tarts. Do you know, Amy? Sous Chef Amy, they were invented nearly 500 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. So we will leave you on that note. I hope you've enjoyed our video today. Give jam tarts a try, and we will see you next week for some more fantastic bakes.